there Facebook, it is Vanessa here again, your speaker, trainer and coach from Live, Love, Give. And today I am coming to you after a night out at dinner, and I am coming back home and I'm like, I get to squeeze in this Facebook Live, and I'm hoping that it's of value to you guys. I actually wanted to deliver the message that I'm going to deliver for you now, straight after an incredible concert that I went to last night. I did my Facebook Live yesterday, right before I went into that concert, and so I didn't have this message that I want to share with you guys today, but I was so inspired by that entire event that, of course, I want to talk into that one with you guys today. It was seriously, just unexpectedly, really inspiring for me to witness that amazing concert. So the concert that I went to was really, my dad picked it. He's massively into classical music, and oh my gosh, I've forgotten the composer's name. Maybe some of you music buffs out there might know. Starts with V, Vendetti. I've forgotten. I should have been more prepared. But anyway, you probably know the music if you heard it. I certainly knew it, but I did grow up with my dad being massively into classical music, so I guess that's a reason why I knew it all. But anyway, this event was just a really small ensemble, a string ensemble. They were predominantly violinists. There was a cello, and anyway, I think there was only about maybe 10 people, and a pianist, and it was absolutely unbelievably brilliant. And the reason why it was so brilliant was exactly what I wanted to talk to you guys about today, which is all around the fact that you are, if you're not inspired by what you do, you're just not living your life. And I want to emphasize, your life. And I'm going to dive into and unpack that. But I wanted to bring the story of what actually I got to experience last night, and then dive a bit more into the message for today. Or tonight, wherever you are in the world. But it was so inspiring for myself, and I'm sure pretty much everybody else in that crowd last night, which was in this beautiful old church that they've converted into a theatre, and it was, or a concert hall, I should say, and it was absolutely brilliant. So we had, these 10 or so people on stage, and absolutely in their element. They were so moved and inspired by every note. They were so in attunement and in alignment with the whole team. They were absolutely in sync. And in particular, there were a couple of, so there was a celloist and one of the violinists. They're actually all brilliant, but I must say in particular, there was a celloist who, he was so entertaining, and at the beginning, like, everybody I could notice was kind of like pointing and like laughing at this guy and like nudging their friends or their family or whoever they were with, and like going, like having a bit of a laugh at this guy because he was so expressive, and he was kind of like a big kid. But he was just brilliant at what he was doing, but he had all these funny facial expressions, and the horsehair from his I don't know what you call it. I'm not a musician, but from the help me out here, guys. The thing that plays across the chords. I don't know what that's called. But at the end of the day, the horsehair that it consists of was actually like breaking off, and he was kind of making a joke of it throughout the performance, and he just knew his stuff so well, and he was so in his element that every single person in the crowd, it was the first classical concert that I've ever partaken in. I haven't done that much of that type of music, but usually it's quite serious. Usually it's quite, we just go in there and we just appreciate how brilliant and extraordinary these skillful human beings are. But in particular, like what was happening last night was everybody was like in hysterics. Like everybody was giggling, everybody was just like having such a brilliant time, and it was so fun and joyful because the people on stage were so moved by what they were doing, and they were having so much fun between themselves. They were kind of, you know, this particular celloist who was like right front and center, he was just so entertaining to the audience, that we all just could feel into that inspiration, that passion, that excitement, that joy that can only be experienced when we have dedicated our lives to something that we personally and individually are absolutely moved and inspired by. And that is absolutely why, you know, that today's message is all about how if you're not inspired, like really moved and inspired by what you do, you're just not living your life. Like if you're living every single day and it's just the same old, and you know, you're just kind of getting through the mundane and you don't really know what you're doing, and you're getting caught up in fights and negativity, and you know, you don't really feel like you're contributing or adding any value to anybody's lives, like you're really just not living your life. And there's no one way in which we can get that internal freedom and fulfillment that can only come from, you know, having an authentic, inspired direction, clarity, purpose. You know, there's no just one way, and that's the beauty of humanity. Every single human being has something unique and special that is enlivening to their soul, you know, and when we can find that thing, and it's not just one thing as well, and it's not just one thing for the rest of your life. This is my perspective on it. I really do believe that as we grow, evolve, shift, and change as individuals, so too do our passions, so too do what inspire us. And the more we experience and get ourselves into the world, the more we get to discover, you know, new angles on that, new ways of being inspired, new ways of being moved, and new ways of living our life. And if we don't have that, my question to you is, what are you doing about it? Because I don't expect, and I don't think we should ever expect every single human being to just like have this nailed down. You know, depending on where you are in your growth journey and what you're doing, it's not necessarily about having that absolute clarity and certainty around that end result, although that's the aim, you know, and so many of the people that I witnessed on stage were just blowing my mind in terms of the inspiration that was not only within them, but was completely overflowing into the audience, because they were so filled up by what they were doing, and they were so talented and skillful because they'd found their niche. They'd found what really gets them going. They've found what they want to go really deep with, and therefore get amazingly good at, and be able to give that gift to others. You know, they're musicians, but you know, what is it for you? It doesn't matter like what that thing is. What matters is that it's authentically inspired from within. And that's why today's title is really talking about, you know, if you're not inspired by what you do, you're not living your life. You're living somebody else's life. You're living to the expectations of, you know, what you're expecting of yourself based on, you know, past experiences or what you've heard other people say you should do, or you're living to the expectations of the people that you desire the love and approval of, and you're not giving that to yourself first and foremost. You know, whatever it is, or just society in general, or whatever it is, if you're not inspired by what you're doing and you're not actively seeking to get yourself out there and experience more so that you can tap into and discover that, if you're not on the journey of discovering what inspires you authentically at your core without filter or expectation from the external world, or you don't actually, or you already have that thing that you're actively partaking in, then what are you doing with your life? You're really not living it. And it's exactly why I personally do the work that I do, because I know where I've come from. And I feel eternally grateful to be in a position in my life, and I've got so far to go, but compared to where I used to be, you know, becoming a lawyer, who had no idea what I wanted to do, and I just wanted to go and distract myself and go and party every 6 nights a week, and I would have done 7 nights if it had been open and available to me. And instead I've gone on the journey, and I'm continuing that evolution and that journey. I know that what I'm inspired authentically by now has so many more layers to it that I can't wait to discover. And, and I'm on that journey, and that's why I help people do the same, to break free of a life that is totally unfulfilling. If you find yourself getting stuck in procrastination, distraction, negative cycles where you feel just out of control with your behaviors in terms of eating or whatever that negative experience is for you, anything in your life that you feel addicted to, or you feel like you're out of control from, and you just feel like you're saying you want to do something, you're saying you want to accomplish something, but you're just not getting it done. If you're needing accountability and motivation versus getting inspired from within, we've got to do some work there. And we can't just fast track that. There's work to be done. And if it was so easy and everybody could just be living this totally inspired, passionate life, then everybody absolutely would be. The fact of the matter is, it takes a lot of courage, it takes a lot of vulnerability, it takes a lot of taking responsibility for your own life and owning the dark stuff that you don't want to address. And only when you can have the courage to do that will you ever get out of survival and into the realm of inspiration and have an ability to discover and get passionate and go for it. Just like these incredible musicians that I got to bear witness the brilliance of last night. Gosh, I totally wasn't expecting how inspiring that was for me. And I could just see all the correlation, We as an audience were in awe of these human beings who were totally there for themselves. Whatever their journey has been, they weren't really young people, and I don't know their life story. I'd love to know more about who they are and where they came from and how they got to where they are today. But the fact of the matter is, we were all totally feeding off how inspired and enlivened they were. And to me, I think I can speak for most of us, and say that there is nothing more exciting and inspiring than witnessing another human being who is just totally in their element, no matter what it is. Whether that's them, they're a musician and they're on stage and they're singing, or they're playing an instrument and they've just got this amazing skill set, or they're on stage speaking, or they are just brilliant in at their engineering or their architecture or their accounting or whatever they do, or just being a mum or a dad, or whatever their element is. When you get to witness a human being being in that level of flow, that level of passion and aliveness, that is what connects us, because that is really living your life and getting out of the realm of just settling for expectations, mediocrity, and just getting by, instead of actually, thriving into your highest potential and inspiring others to do the same. So I'm hoping that today's message and me just sharing a bit of my experience last night does just kind of get you thinking, how much of your life is spent in just getting by in survival versus being totally inspired by what you do. And me personally, speaking from experience, honestly, I feel like I have been in this maintenance mode for the last couple of months, and that's why, I booked that silent meditation retreat, and oh my gosh, I've been traveling for a month as of tomorrow around beautiful Italy, but I'm still counting down the days till this silent meditation retreat, because I just feel like I've been in this maintenance. I feel like I've reached a certain level, and now I need something really challenging for me to go beyond my current sphere of authentic inspiration. I know there's another layer, and I can't wait to dive into it. And I think I've got 10 days. I think I've got 10 days left until I'm diving into I think it's 10 full days of silence, but there's a day on either end that I'll be in this event, and so I cannot wait. I will be offline, unfortunately, and I'm really gonna miss you guys. I can't believe it because, you know, I've been doing, it must be like a year and a half of Facebook Lives every single day. So I don't know if I'm going to have some withdrawal symptoms or something by going totally technology free and off the grid for at least 10 of those 12 days. But I've got some exciting stuff that I'm going to have prepared for you guys in terms of just an interview that I did with the incredible Pip McKay when I was in Sydney a couple of months ago that I've been hanging out to share with you guys. Also, you're going to love it and you're going to love her. And also my hypnosis session that I recorded with the beautiful Lisa London. Whenever you're listening, beautiful, I can't wait to share that with you guys. And I've got some different meditations and stuff that I'm creating for you guys. So while I'm off the grid, you will be getting some bonus gifts from me, but you'll need to be on my email list. So if you're not currently on my email list, either shoot me your email or at some stage over this next couple of weeks, I'm going to get something out to you guys. But if you miss it, I'd rather you just send me your email address if you want to gain access to all these special bonus gifts that I'm going to have on offer for you guys whilst I'm in that silent meditation retreat in 10 days time, for 10 days, off the grid. Can't wait. But I'm absolutely hoping that today's message has just got you thinking about how much of your life is dedicated to tapping into your authentic inspiration, and know full well that if you're not either you know what that is at this level and you're working towards the next level, or you're on the journey to discover it, if you're not doing either one of those two things, you're actually not living your life. You're living somebody else's, and it's never going to be fulfilling or sustainable. So you might as well discover a pathway forward to start discovering who you really are, what you really want, and having the courage to go after it. And if you're not part of the masterclasses, I don't know why, because those classes are absolutely dedicated for you to do exactly what we're talking about today. And I'm going to have a bunch of exciting stuff launching for you guys after my silent meditation retreat, but I'm going to do it from a place of next level authenticity and inspiration, and that's why I'm going to the silent meditation retreat. And I am going to give myself probably a week or two to just take everything that I've learned and tapped into over that experience, which is going to be phenomenal because it's totally focused on who I really am, you know, that next level. It's all about contemplating even death, getting beyond the ego, getting into that true, authentic, inspired place, which I know the power of it because I've accessed different levels of it, but like I said, I know I've got so far to go and I can't wait to take it next level and share everything of that with you guys, of course. So let me check in with you guys, but if you're not part of the masterclasses, I don't think I put the link on today's video, but the link is everywhere, all on my posts. So please sign up. You'll get access to all previous masterclasses, instant access in your own membership site. So I really encourage you to dive in deep with that and get on this journey. And also all my live ones coming up. You'll get access, you'll get your seat reserved for those as well. And shoot me your email address if you would like all the special gifts for when I'm on this silent meditation retreat, but I'll also have something, a link up for you guys which you can fill in the coming days. So let me get into the chat here, and I'd love if you would say hi. I'd love to check in with you guys. So I've got Rob, awesome to see you, and Huss, awesome, and Rose, yay, and Judy, and Nathan, and Dave, and Antonio, and George, hello to you, and I love that you're shouting out to everyone, and Ronnie's here, and hey Brian, great to see you, and Fazia, and Sergio, and Liam, and Roxana, yay, and yes, Judy, you superstar, a bow is what I was referring to, oh my gosh, thank you, oh my gosh. And I love it, Huss saying hi to Judy, and Lee's here, and Gamal Vanessa is doing a great job and is addressing issues and topics of a significant importance. Love your style. Oops, and I can't see the rest of your comment. Oh, it's because I'm on the iPad and I think I haven't updated my app again. damn it. But Gamal, that is so incredibly kind of you. I so appreciate your kind words, and I'm really, really grateful that you are finding value in these messages. Absolutely touches my heart, because that's why I do what I do. So thank you, my friend. And Bram's here. Awesome. It was so good to see you catching up with Alexandra and Charles. Oh my gosh, that blew my mind. And Fahiman is here as well. And Alexandra, my spirit sister, there she is. And Rose, hi Vanessa, listening from Wild, Texas. Looks like around this time is best to catch you live. You definitely can't read the rest of your comment. Oh my gosh, that's killing me. But I love that you're catching me live, Rose. Yeah, the last 2 nights I've had some pretty massive days, and doing a bunch of coaching sessions and working and running around Venice, and yeah, so it's just kind of fit in at night right now. So I don't know, I'm mixing it up a bit, but it's pretty late. It's not as late as thing. Oh no, it is later than last night. So I love that you're here, beautiful Rose, and yes, my spirit sister, and George. This is crazy. I was just having the same conversation about being inspired by what I do. I'm truly overwhelmed. Oh, and I can't read the rest of your comment there, George. So sorry I can't read your comments. The length of them in this app on my iPad. But George, I'm loving that this is resonating and you are only just talking about this. I'd love to know if you are currently, I'm going to just assume that you're talking into the fact that you might be very overwhelmed in terms of discovering what you're inspired by. For those of you who want to go much deeper, I do run a course, which is an 8-week empowerment course, which is all about tapping into your authentic inspiration and getting complete clarity. What I would say to you, because I'm not 100% sure how or when I'm going to be launching that, you'll get the details after my silent meditation retreat, when I know I'm coming from this true place of heart and authenticity and going for it. So I can't wait to share that with you. But in the meantime, what I would say to you is to check out the work of Dr. John Demartini. Jump on drdemartini.com and check out his free values determination test. I really highly recommend, if you're overwhelmed, if you're unsure, a great place to start in terms of getting authentically inspired is to identify what your highest values are. And there's a free resource on his website ready and waiting for you to dive into. And what Dr. John Demartini would talk into is your number one value is actually your purpose, or what he would refer to as your telos, which is Greek for, your highest value, your purpose in life. And so when you can discover what your highest values are, what is most meaningful in a hierarchy for you as an individual, without filter and expectation coming from the external world, from the inside out, what are those highest values of yours, and get crystal clear clarity over them, your number one above all else is the very thing that you're most passionately and inspired to really grow and develop and hone your skills in, and therefore it can become your greatest gift and your greatest contribution. And at the end of the day, if we're growing and feeling a sense of contribution, that is true fulfillment, and that is living life fully. So I hope I gave you some value there without being able to read your message there, George. But check out your highest values, and that is a really great starting point to get out of overwhelm and to get some clarity over who you are and what you want to be doing. And I will say this: stop expecting yourselves to just have it nailed in and just be a train on the track straight away. You are an ever-changing, evolving, growing individual. This is a process that, even with highest values, I revisit that every 3 months, because I know I'm always growing. I'm always experiencing new things. I'm changing. And so therefore, so are my interests and my inspirations. And so I really recommend checking out that work and going on that journey, and not expecting yourself to have all the answers. And instead of the end result, it's about that definite journey in the right direction of unlayering the onion that is you, to tap into new levels of inspiration and authenticity. I love it. Hope that was good, George. And David, I think. Awesome to see you. And Sergio and Ray and Gabrielle and Haji and Stevie and Stephen. I'm so resonating with everything you're saying tonight. Love hearing that, Stephen. Thank you so much for letting me know. Great to have you. And I'm loving that this is a great message for you, Roxana. So great to see you. And Alexandra, great message. And we are always grateful for your Facebook Live wisdom sessions. So grateful for you and the incredible Charles. So much love for you guys. And I love it that we're in Europe. I so wish we could have crossed paths. It's such a shame. But we definitely will at some stage. I just know it. So Gabrielle is here as well. And thank you, my friend. I really appreciate that. I am so hanging out for this silent meditation retreat. Like, I've just been beside myself, as you guys probably know, for the last couple of months since I booked it. So I can't wait to share it with you. And I so appreciate your kindness there, Gabrielle. And Huss, hi V, how do you feel about doing something you're not too inspired by at first, but to build your skills in it? And can't read the rest of your message, but awesome question. I really do believe that there are definitely things that we're not instantly and on the surface going to be inspired by doing, but what we do need to do is have a grander vision for where we're going that's in total alignment with our highest values. And when we have that compelling vision, and then we can actually, link it, and we can see how, getting into this action is actually leading me towards this compelling future, and we can see how it's absolutely in alignment with it, it's linked to it. That is how we can tap into that inspired fuel to get the job done, so that we can ultimately have something grander than just the surface level thing that we say we don't like. We can have something pulling us through rather than having to push and try and get something done that we're not seeing the value of. We're not seeing how it's leading us to something more meaningful. So I hope that resonates. And, if it's, for instance, say you've got this grand big vision that you want to be this international, world-class, I don't know, whatever you want to be, speaker. I'm just going to say that because I love speaking and that's a vision, part of my vision. But say in the meantime, like, you don't have any money coming in, right? So you might find that you have to, in the short term, find a strategy to generate an income so that you can, channel that into, the learning that you have to do, the skill set that you have to do, meeting new people, making different connections, whatever it is. So say you go to work at McDonald's and you're like, I'm so uninspired by working at McDonald's when I want to be traveling the world, say as a musician. I don't know, that'll be a good one. Like these amazing people last night. Instead, it's not about the separation. It's like, well, how does this working at McDonald's serve my grander vision of becoming a musician? And the more links that you can see, the more connection points that you can see, I would challenge you to find at least 50 to 100 different links as to how that thing that you don't really want to do or you're really uninspired by actually links to something that you're inspired to create. I'd challenge you to find that many reasons. And at the end of the day, though, if you don't have a compelling, inspired vision and you're expecting yourself to be inspired at McDonald's, like, you really got no hope. So that's why I say, even if you don't totally know this, where are you on that journey? What are you doing to up-level your self-awareness? What are you doing to experience more, to get more clear on what that could be? And get out there and take action. Don't just sit at home and read a bunch of books and think the answer is just going to come to you. Get out into life, experience it. And even if you don't know that that's the right direction, move in it and then figure it out along the way. If it's not right, turn around, go back, start again. It doesn't really matter, but get into that action and link all those skills you think you're not inspired by to what you truly are. And I hope that was of value to you, Huss, even though I couldn't answer the rest of your message. And Aiden is here as well, and Stevie. Meditation, something I'm getting into more and more. Jealous, not enjoy, and thanks so much for all you do, I guess. I don't know. I love that, Stevie. Thank you so much, my friend. Great to have you back. And yes, meditation. So at this silent meditation retreat, pretty much my days all look like this. We have, I think, between say 7 and 9 is like a 2-hour silent meditation. We can't talk to anybody. We can't look at anybody. We can't have books. We can't write anything. That's going to be really challenging for me. I was thinking about sneaking something in, but I think I should just go with the process as it should be. And also, you know, we don't have any access to technology, anything like that. Just in our own being. And we do like a 2-hour meditation, and then straight after that, I think we have our, I think it's vegetarian or vegan or something, meal. Go into a yoga session, couple of hour yoga session, then another meditation session, have lunch, more yoga, more meditation, and then I think we have like not a practical, but they're going to talk to us about, you know, give us different insights and different things to ponder, like the meaning of life, like who we really are, like contemplating death, all sorts of, you know, quite profound things to think about without, you know, communication with anybody else. It's going to be pretty intense. All that yoga, all that, you know, all that meditation. It's going to be just crazy. I'm just so excited for that challenge. So thank you, Stevie, and Jimmy's here as well, and Gabrielle. I love it. You're messaging me, shooting me your email. That's awesome. I think you guys, most of you will probably be on my list already, but just it's safer if you do send me your email so you don't miss out, because I'd hate for you to miss out on all these special gifts that I've got coming on for you guys while I'm in that meditation retreat. And Alexandria, the silent meditation will be like a distillation process, and will concentrate your essence for even more clarity and wisdom. I think it starts with W, that's my guess. Absolutely beautiful. I am so excited about it, and I couldn't agree more. I think that that's exactly what it's going to be like. Although most people leave on day 2 of the 10 full days of silence, so I won't have that luxury. I definitely wouldn't be doing that, but I'm sure it's going to be challenging, and that kind of excites me. I'm a little bit sick like that. The more challenging it is, the more it excites me. So I love that. And Justin's here, and Huss, continue, build your skills in it, get good at it, then get inspired. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's true as well, because haven't we all thought about those things that we just love doing because we're generally good at it, and we don't like doing the things that we're not that good at? A good example of that is me, you know, not liking snowboarding because I am shocking at it. But I've only done it once, right? So it's a skill set that you've got to grow and develop, and it takes practice. And so for me, when I go to a snowfield, like I'm just on the skis because at least I can get into it and feel good about it. But really I should, you know, if I took the time to push through and learn the skill set and the different way of, you know, being on the snow with a snowboard, you know, I might actually build my skill set in it and actually get to really enjoy a whole new experience. So yeah, absolutely, Huss, I love that. And Shelley's here as well, and Michael and Samuel and Tammy and Huss. I totally forgot about that. Yes, I'll connect to my larger version of yourself. I don't know. But I love that. Connect to your higher self, I think, is really what you're referring to. So I love it, Huss. So sorry I can't read your comments, opening them up. I will definitely, after I sign off, update my app on my iPad. And Eduardo's here, and Nwani, and Gabrielle sounds like a postmodern Vipassana. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not actually too familiar with the different varieties of the meditations or the retreats, or the yoga even. I'm not that into yoga, to be honest. Like, I'm more of a gym, lifting weights kind of girl. But that's why I'm kind of like, I know it's going to be really good for me. And yeah, so absolutely. I think it is, I think it starts with H, but I can't remember the name of this particular stuff. If you guys are interested in it, let me know. I'll send you a link to what I'm actually going to so you can check it out. And Alexandria, Charles said, sneak it in, be a rebel. I know, well, that was my whole thing. I've said it to so many people. I'm like, I'm definitely taking at least some pen and paper because I want to journal about like my experience and what's going on for me. But somebody, I can't remember who it was now, but somebody actually said to me, because I was like, I'm definitely doing that. And then somebody said to me, yeah, but you're going to break the process. Like the point is that you don't have any external connection, and putting pen to paper. I know for me personally, when I write for me, but it ends up being really for you guys. It ends up being for how can I get this message out to people? And so I think for me, if I leave the pen and paper and I don't be a rebel, it's kind of exciting to be a rebel, I'm not going to lie. But if I don't and I just do it exactly how it's supposed to be done, I feel like that's giving to me. And that's probably making sure that I don't distract myself with the external world, have it all note taken down so that I can share it with everybody that way, and instead just go through this full process for myself and myself alone, and then at the end of it trust my experience enough to be able to absolutely exceed expectations in terms of the value that I can add on the outside. So who knows though, I haven't quite decided, but I love that, Charles. And Nikki's here, and Linda had a tricky moment. This Arvo maybe was brave and honest, now relaxing fuel. Boom! I love that, Linda. I love that you are bypassing those tricky moments and being brave and honest, because at the end of the day, that's kind of what we're talking about. Inspired authenticity. Anytime we're not being authentic, that's what makes us lose control in our lives. We don't feel fulfilled, we get angry, we get resentful, whatever those negative emotions are. They're trying to re-empower us. They're trying to get us to wake up, to just be honest and authentic at the end of the day. So good on you for being brave, Linda. I love it. And Daryl from Calgary, I love it. Great place. And Huss, larger vision. Oh, okay. No apologies, darn technology. Oh my God, it's killing me. And Linda, mindfulness meditation is fab. Absolutely. I'm with you there. And particularly Dr. Joe Dispenza. I haven't spoken about him for a little while, but his meditations, oh my gosh, blow my mind. Best meditations I've ever come across. I kind of wish I was going to be able to get a lot of that in the retreat that I'm going to. Don't think I'm going to get any of that, so I'll just put that to the side until I'm done. But yes, I'm with you, Linda, and hello to you, Allergy or Diesel. I'm not sure which is your name, but I love you being here, and I'm really hoping that my message has resonated with you guys. I hope you're inspired by it. I hope that you're getting on that journey of authentic inspiration and making it your number one priority in your life. If you're not authentically inspired and moving in that direction of either discovering what's authentically inspiring or actually living it at this level and always up leveling, then you're not actually living your life. So make sure that you're investing in you. Make sure that you're doing the work that you need to be doing in order to discover that. And at the end of the day, just get out there and get exploring the world. Learn from a variety of different people. The masterclasses are absolutely there as an avenue for you guys to get into a higher level of self-discovery and be able to up level from that place. Everything is about tapping into your authentic inspiration, and it takes courage, it takes work. This is a missing piece for a lot of people. They think that, they're just going to get it dished to them. They think that somebody's going to just hand it to them. They think it's just going to magically happen. It's not. And, and if you don't do the work and you don't dedicate your time, energy, and effort to doing whatever it takes, you're not going to ever live your life fully, and that is a life filled with regrets that none of us want. We all want fulfillment. So I'm grateful for every single one of you guys for being here, because I know you guys are superstars who are absolutely on this journey with me, and I'm really inspired by that, and every single one of you guys. And Gabrielle, you look very happy, the best example for your message. Oh, thank you, Gabrielle. I'm grateful to hear that. I'm actually pretty worn out and tired after massive days and bit of my sickness coming back and all sorts of stuff, but I'm really, really grateful for your kind message there. And Carolina, great to have you. And Haas, loving your happy vibes today, V. Oh, good. I love hearing that. That's awesome. Loving yours. Loving all of you guys. As always, I am sending you guys all of my love, light, blessings, gratitude, energy, enthusiasm, everything extraordinary coming to you to wherever you are in the world today. I really do hope that it's beautiful, amazing, and extraordinary. And I hope today's message has definitely got you thinking about how much of your life you are currently channeling towards your authentic inspiration, or at least discovering what that is, just like those incredible human beings who were just brilliant examples of the passion and the enthusiasm that comes from absolutely living life in your element as an individual. So inspiring. I've got a couple of little sneaky videos up there for you. In yesterday, I think I put a post out about the concert last night. So if you didn't check them out, check out. They're only a few seconds long, but phenomenal. The talent, the skill, and just the passion. It was so brilliant and so inspiring. And I really hope that today's message has given you a little bit of inspiration too. And I can see Melanie's joined. I hope that you catch the recording beautiful and get a ton of value from today's message. I'm signing off. I'm sending you guys all of my love, and I cannot wait to see you tomorrow. Much love.